Hello. 2 years ago from yesterday, I started drawing as a hobby, and a year ago from yesterday, I made a video cataloging some of the important drawings I made in that first year, and I am going to be doing the same now for the somewhat important drawings in the past year. So anyway, a year ago from yesterday, I made this, and this is a good marker of where I was at. So notice, everything is boring, horrible edge control, and I cannot render textures at all. At least not the ones in this particular picture. So generally, all in all, awful. Really had a long way to go here. Oh, yikes. Okay, I thought I learned how to draw fur at this time. I apparently didn't because it looks horrible, but it was progress for me. So here I decided to redraw an old building I made a while back, and I failed so profoundly at it. And you can decide for yourself, but I'd say this older version was remarkably better, which I would not admit to myself at that time. I was really discouraged, but I wouldn't tell myself that I did a worse job. But looking back, yeah, I did. Here's a drawing of Sid Sardine Eye, the current cashier of Gas World. I have not drawn Gas World in a long time. Wonder how Sid's doing. Well, yeah, you can see here, with his sardine eyes. Oh yeah, it was some good progress. I learned how to do cracks, so a little bit more realism I think I developed here. Right around this time, I was doing a lot of environment studies, and this is the only one I'm going to show because it was the best and the only one that I actually made any progress in. So I learned a way of drawing rocks, which is, well, honestly, I still use that stripey layered method now, because those were the rocks in there. I don't really have much variety in my rock designs, but it was helpful because I wasn't doing so great with the rocks back then. I remember being really proud of this one for some reason. I'm not sure why. The perspective is horrible, and there's also needs to be more black and darker areas. The lighting's just really off. It just kind of just plateaus out to this dark red, and it looks hideous. Well, this is trash. That's the only reason why I bring it up. It's trash, and I want everyone to laugh at it. Look at his arm and how it just melds into the gun, like it just goes right into it. And no, this was not just an oversight, a mistake. No, I noticed this when I finished. I just was too lazy to fix it and hoped no one would notice. Well, I noticed. So, you all have to now. I made some progress in this. It's not good, but it was good for the time, I think. And I would go on to draw this character quite a few times. Yeah, not much to say about this one. I don't even know why it's here. Yeah, so remember that study of the layered rocks I did earlier? Well, they come into play here, and, well, they're really low detail, but it's progress. But yeah, still really plasticky looking. I didn't really realize how much detail that needed to be put in to actually make it look somewhat believable. But I made some improvement on my colors here, so that's good. It was either in this drawing or the one before, I cannot remember. My Apple Pencil stopped working and I had to get out another stylus, which was not meant for iPads, and only every other brushstroke actually went through, and didn't have pressure sensitivity, which was a real hurdle to get over, but I think I got to a somewhat okay look after that. When I look back through my old drawings, I will occasionally see things like this, where I remember drawing them and somehow realizing it was considerably better than what I did before, and it sort of set a standard of what my drawings should look like by just out of the sheer force of not wanting to make something worse than the last drawing. So, yeah, this was kind of one of them. And this is another. I didn't fully embrace it, but if you look in the top right corner, you will see a big blue swirly background, which was not realistic at all, but was kind of some foreshadowing for my surrealism, which I definitely have liked using for the past while. but I wouldn't embrace it for quite some time. At this point, I am starting to make things that I don't hate on occasion, and I really liked this, and I still kind of do a little bit. I was really proud of this one for some reason. I don't know, I think it was the rocks, maybe the rim light. Anyway, it was all poorly done. I hate this so much. I don't know why I was proud of it. It's awful. Again, I was really proud of this one. I don't really hate it that much. It's not really good, but it's not particularly bad. It's just really a solid meh. This one was definitely pretty ahead of its time for me, although I definitely did not recognize it at the time. Um, the metal rendering, even now, I can appreciate that. However, I must have immediately forgotten how I did that, because I wouldn't replicate that look ever again. Also, I am reminded that I really needed to draw this character sometime soon. I will just say that I got extremely lucky with this one. If this looks nice, it was purely by accident. I did not actually know what I was doing here. I don't have anything intelligent to say for this one, I just like it. I love this. The folds in the clothes look pretty bad, but aside from that, I really like this drawing. It has a special place in my heart. And here I learned how to do foliage, or at least I thought I did. I cannot describe how proud I was of this. I really liked this at the time, and now it's just kind of meh. Yeah, it's a funny story about this one. So pretty much I was just drawing that one line from that one poem, Rage Against the Dying of the Light, you know which one I'm talking about. And funnily enough, a storm hit. I believe it was a storm. It hit down here, and it was really cold and all, and the power went out. So, kind of funny that it just happened to be that I was drawing someone screaming at a presumably dying light bulb. Anyway, despite its flaws, this is definitely one of my favorite drawings for some reason. This one, I was really proud of this one, but that matters not, because I heard Planet of the Apes by Devin Townsend has nothing to do with the movie for the first time while drawing this, and listened to it non-stop, and let me tell you, that song has helped me through so much. It is currently in a three-way tie for my favorite song. This one, I also was really proud of this one. I was pretty much just trying to copy the vibes from Yellow House by Grizzly Bear. It's an album, it's a really good album. This was my iPad's wallpaper for several months. I learned a cooler way to draw trees in this one, particularly the one on the left. I would use this method quite a few times, even for things that aren't trees. Remember that aforementioned surrealism? Well, here it is now. And here it is again, kind of went nuts with the abstractness. I didn't know it at the time, but I was beginning to get into biomech territory, which is something that I would embrace quite a bit further on. I made a new brush in this one. Had harder edges and is really hard to control. Fully embraced the biomech in this one. Nothing important much about this one except that my family wanted it printed out for some reason, and it's on a wall somewhere. Pretty sure this is the most gory thing I've done. Still looks kind of cute though. I don't know how I did that. Just look at the chaos in this one, like, jeez, dude. I made another brush. This is the one I'm using now, and I actually made it in the drawing before, but that one was bad, so here's this cool bird instead. This is a pyrite study. I still have no idea how I did this. I finally realized that not everything I drew had to be ridiculously chaotic and made this. Very strong Mario Galaxy influences, which is something that is going to become more common as time goes on. Even more calm with this one. This is currently my iPad's wallpaper. No more calm, panicking exclamation mark with a bloodied merge sign. I kind of like this one. And now finally we're at this thing that I made yesterday. It exists. I don't know if it's good or bad or not. I need some more time away from it so I can look at it more objectively. Yeah, anyway, that's it. 2 years. Yay.